Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. So what do I have today? I have Avacyn Restored. Avacyn Restored was a really fun set to open. I opened probably close to about a booster box worth of Avacyn Restored packs. So a little bit about Avacyn Restored. It was the third set in the Innistrad block, and it was released around spring of 2012. The set for a third set in the block back then, it was a little unusual because it was a larger set. So Avacyn had 244 cards, 101 commons, 60 uncommons, 53 rares, 15 mythic rares, and then 15 basic lands. Avacyn, like I said, I opened I'd probably say between 20 and 25 packs of Avacyn Restored. I never got any of the big money cards. Probably the card that I got that had the most value was Deadeye Navigator, but even at that time it was barely a buck or two, and because of some of the Soulbond flash mechanics that Deadeye Navigator had, it's risen a little bit. For a long time, I had 2 copies of Vexing Devil, and there was a period of time when Vexing Devil was like a $10 card. Now it's back down to like $2.50. So out of the set, what am I hoping for? Well, I'm hoping for a Cavern of Souls. That would be awesome. It's a rare, so a little bit more likely to pull. I've always wanted to have Exquisite Blood. I think it's a really cool card. There are probably half of the mythics within the set that are $5 or more. Some of the uncommons I'm looking for, Blood Artist is one of the uncommons I want. It's been a while since I've gotten a Blood Artist. I think I have like maybe 2 or 3 total. It's one of those mythic rares, uncommons of the set to get. Aside from that, there's nothing too interesting. Ghostly Flicker is a common that's kind of shot up in value recently. It went from being like a 25-cent common to around $1.50. So anyway, let's crack this pack and see what I get. All right. First card in the pack, Flowering Lumberknot. 4 mana, 3 and a green. You get a Tree Folk at 5/5. Flowering Lumberknot can't attack or block unless it's paired with a creature with Soul Bond. So this card is what they would call a parasitic card. You really need to have another Soul Bond creature. I played this a little bit in a Soul Bond deck that I have. After a while, it just didn't seem to work. So anyway, it's an okay card if you're in Soul Bond. Nettle Swine. So 2 back-to-back commons at 4 mana, 3 and a green. This is a 4/3 boar. That's about it. Not too exciting. Nowadays, this sort of card gets outclassed really easy. Gryff Vanguard. 5 mana, 4 and a blue. You get a 3/2 Human Knight Flyer. When Gryff Vanguard enters the battlefield, draw a card. I like this type of effect. 5 mana, you get a 3/2 body. The 2 toughness is a little rough. It can get blown out of the sky. But drawing a card, essentially replacing itself, is pretty cool. Alright, next card. Scroll of Avacyn. For 1 generic mana, you can play this artifact, and then for 1 generic mana, you can sacrifice Scroll of Avacyn, draw a card. If you control an angel, you gain 5 life. I play an Angels deck. I used to have this in it until I found other cards that kind of outclassed it. From a casual perspective, it's an okay card to have, especially if you're running a lot of Angels. You're going to draw a card, and you're going to gain 5 life, all for 2 generic mana. That's not too bad. Bone Splinters. I like Bone Splinters. So Bone Splinters, 1 black mana, sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Bone Splinters, sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature. I've played this in a lot of like casual decks where I've got a sacrifice theme, where I'm sacrificing smaller stuff, or I'm sacrificing creatures that when they die something happens. Bone Splinter is a really cool card. I wished it was instant, but I can live with it being a sorcery. Demolish. Oh, I can't stand Demolish. like every other set, they printed Demolish. 4 mana, 3 in a red, sorcery, destroy target artifact or land. Um, Land destruction was cool when it was like 3 mana, but when it's 4 mana, sure, okay, I'll destroy an artifact. I'm out on Demolish. I don't think I've ever played Demolish in anything, not even in draft. Leap of Faith, 3 mana, 2 and a white. Instant, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to that creature this turn. I don't know that I've ever played Leap of Faith. It seems to be a little bit more of a defensive card, where you give something flying and block a big flyer, and then that keeps your creature around. I haven't really played much with the card. Diregraph Escort. For 1 green mana, you get a 1/1 Soul Bond. So when you pair this to another creature, the unpaired creature, they both. Well, let me read the card. That's probably easier. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature. When either enters the battlefield, they remain paired for as long as you control both of them. As long as Diregraph Escort is paired with another creature, both creatures have protection from zombie. So I really like Soul Bond mechanic. I play a blue-green Soul Bond deck that's pretty strong. Features Wolfear Silverheart. This particular card, unless you're playing in block and you had to face a lot of zombies, doesn't have too much utility, so I haven't really played it that much. Next card, Vanguard Shield, 2 generic mana artifact equipment. Equip creature gets +0/+3 and can block an additional creature. Equip cost is 3. I early on played this card a little bit, but there's a couple of issues with it. The equip cost is way too high, and although the creature gets +0/+3 and can block an additional creature, not really something that I want to invest 2 mana in and then 3 mana to equip. Okay, Scalding Devil. For 2 mana, 1 in a red, you get a devil that's a 1/1. You can pay 2 in a red, and Scalding Devil deals 1 damage to target player. I don't think I've ever used this in any sort of casual deck or even in draft. Maybe sealed. The 3 mana to ping a player 1, that's pretty expensive. Even for kitchen tabletop Magic, this is nothing that's too exciting. Okay, our first uncommon is Gang of Devils. 6 mana, 5 in a red, you get a devil at 3/3. When Gang of Devil dies, it deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and or players. So it can potentially pick off a couple of 1/1s. Maybe it can pick off a 3/3. I'm out on this. For 6 mana and a 3/3, there's no way in any casual build I'm playing this. I mean, if it didn't die, in combat, I could use it as a sacrifice outlet. 6 mana for a sacrifice outlet's way too expensive. Our next uncommon is Haunted Guardian. 2 generic mana for a 2/1 defender with first strike. I played this early on when I was learning Magic, and I didn't really get the concept. A 2/1 for striker, I guess on turn 2 with 2 generic mana is nice because it can hold up for a couple of rounds of combat. After that, you feel bad with a 2/1 defender that can't really do much, and it's just gonna chump block. Okay, our final uncommon is Tandem Lookout. For 3 mana, 2 in a blue, you get a Human Scout with Soul Bond. It's 2/1. As long as Tandem Lookout is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to an opponent, draw a card. I really like Tandem Lookout. In fact, I don't think I have a playset, but I play 2 of them in my Soul Bond deck. It's blue-green. My creatures sometimes have trample. They're going to deal damage to a player. I really like it. It's going to draw me a card. It usually pulls the destroy creature spell from my opponent, so that my Wolfear Silverheart later on hits the table and is pretty safe to stay around. So I really like Tandem Lookout. Okay, we're to the rare and mythic rare. Let's hope for something big. And it is Archwing Dragon. For 4 mana, 2 and 2 red, you get a 4/4 flyer with haste. At the beginning of the end step, return Archwing Dragon to its owner's hand. At first I really thought this card was cool when I saw it. I tried it out in kind of an aggressive red deck, The drawback to it is this. Yeah, you're going to get in for 4 damage. It's a flyer, but you're going to have to spend 4 mana every turn. Unless in a red deck, which usually doesn't happen unless I'm playing red-green, I don't have extra mana on top of the 4 mana that I cast Archwing Dragon with. So it's either going to just come out each turn and deal 4 damage. That could be a positive, but a lot of times I found it to be a drawback. So I'm not currently playing Archwing Dragon in any of my casual sets or decks. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, and then we have our advertising token and a plains. So out of this set, or excuse me, out of this pack, my favorite card is Tandem Lookout. You're probably seeing a theme where a lot of my favorite cards are what I think is the best card in the set is blue, but in this particular pack, Tandem Lookout is what I think is the best card. Like I said, it will come down, you can soul bond it to something, or you can wait and have something else entering the battlefield soul bond it. Like in the blue-green soul bond deck that I play, I'm almost always drawing the card because I've either paired it with a flyer, I've paired it with a creature with evasion like Invisible Stalker, or it just draws out the kill spell, and then like I said, my better soul bond creatures that come out later, I'm not as worried about them dying. So anyway, we've cracked this pack, so in the comment section below, share with me, in your opinion, which card was the best one out of the pack and why. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Until next time when I crack another pack, later most best.